Blockchain technology allows for peer-to-peer transacting. You can send funds directly to another person without going through a bank or credit card company. Let's take a look at how this works. Transactions made at around the same time are collected in blocks. Blocks come together to form a currency-specific blockchain, an online decentralized ledger of every transaction. Once funds are sent, a transaction must be included in a block in order to be acknowledged by the network as a valid transfer of funds. The entire network must reach consensus on the validity of a transaction before it can be confirmed or included in a block. After you send your transaction, it enters one of three states: unconfirmed pending confirmation, confirmed, rejected. When you send funds from your blockchain wallet, your transaction is broadcast to the network immediately. At this point, it is pending confirmation until the entire network reaches consensus. Blocks are pulled together and added to the blockchain by miners. The small fee included with your transaction goes to the miners for their work on validating the transactions. Think of it like a tip to encourage them to work on your confirmation and validate your transaction faster. Miners prioritize transactions with higher fees, so if your transaction has a low fee, it may take longer to confirm. Your blockchain wallet uses dynamic fees, meaning each recommended fee is determined by the details of the transaction, as well as the current network conditions. Certain variables, including the number of transactions awaiting confirmation, may mean you'll need to use a higher fee to get your transaction confirmed quickly. The fees associated with a transaction are not based on the value being sent. Sometimes the network can be congested, like the digital equivalent of a traffic jam. If it's really important that you get a quick confirmation, you can send a transaction with a higher fee. Sometimes the transaction will not confirm because the transaction is not valid, or the fee included doesn't cover the work the miners have to do in order to validate your transaction. In this case, the transaction will either remain unconfirmed or it will be rejected, and the transaction will be removed from the network completely. If this happens, it means the funds will have never actually left your wallet. It will be as if the transaction never even happened. Miners confirm hundreds of thousands of transactions on the network every day. When a transaction receives enough confirmations, the network is agreeing that the transaction is valid and it will be included in the blockchain. Most of the time, the fees are sufficient, the transaction history is valid, network traffic is low, and transactions will confirm fairly quickly, often in just a few minutes. Every transaction helps build an open, fair, and accessible financial future. Blockchain. Be your own bank.